Hero Group ventures and initiatives. He is one of the few awarded as honorary doctorate of excellence in the field of financial management by UET USA. He was awarded as one of the top CFO in the top 20 CFO list by CFO Leadership Summit and featured in CFO Power List 2019-2020. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye everyone. A very warm welcome, बहुत स्वागत है. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to have a candid chat with you. And joining us, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Madhur Gupta, CEO Hero Realty, with over 30 years of transformative leadership across various industries. He's poised to steer Hero Realty to an era of unprecedented growth and innovation. Before HRPL, Mr. Madhur was CEO of Hero Steel, a part of Hero Enterprise. He brings a visionary approach to Hero Realty. He brings a visionary approach and leveraging extensive experience to redefine urban living. Very warm welcome to you, sir. Everyone. And on my left with me, I have Mr. W. Prasad Singh, Project Development Head, Hero Realty, and he has great experience, developed and delivered more than 50 projects in his professional career so far. Also won several stellar awards for consecutive years for his excellent project deliveries. He has proven his excellence in delivering several prominent townships and luxury 5-star properties. Let's join our hands for Mr. Everyone. Also with me, I have Mr. Amit Kumar, Head of Sales, excelling 21 years of experience in banking and real estate, very passionate and keen professional in the field of sales. He has shown his excellence in handling some of the iconic projects, including DLF and Two Horizon, handled remarkably sales for 2 back-to-back sold-out Hero Realty projects in one day. I repeat, 2 back-to-back sold-out Hero Realty project in single day. So, Mr. Joginder sir, I'll start with you. So first, I'll request everyone to take us through your professional journey. जो side हम नहीं जानते हैं, how it all started, the career, how you ended up with this career. Let's begin with you, sir.
Okay. So, thank you, Ruchi, right? And thank you, everybody. I think everybody knows me, and everybody knows all of my sites. I don't keep anything hidden from anybody, right? I'm a very open, person in that sense, and. So I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I passed out in '87. I'm sure some of the people will say they were not born, at that point in time. And then for 5 years I did my own professional practice as a chartered accountant, and I had some wonderful clients, like Hero Cycle and some of the other Hero Group companies in Ludhiana. I moved from Agra to Ludhiana. So. And then we had, Bharti Telecom was another one, and then some of the Thapar Group, companies. So I worked with some truly wonderful people in the industry. After 5 years, I joined Hero Cycle, and I was there in Ludhiana for almost about 9 years, right? Then I moved to the corporate office, and from corporate office, I moved to Chennai to set up a very iconic, company of Mercedes-Benz, which was in joint venture with Hero. Bharat Benz trucks or buses, जो आप देखते हैं, I was their employee number 1. So I can truly, say that it's part of the first team. And I have one of my guys sitting over here as well. Ashutosh was also with me. Spent 8 years in Chennai, had a wonderful time, and it was a global company, so since in a lot of work with Germany and Japan, specifically, and did a lot of roles apart from finance. I was also head of external affairs, head of real estate. After that, I came back to corporate office, and I'm here, with all of you. So. I always, talk about my life. When I talk about, my tagline, I say, "Zindagi zinda dili ka naam hai, murda dil kya khaab kiya karte hain," right? So passion is absolutely, something that I really look for. I see it for myself, and I see it in, the team also. I want that everybody should be very passionate. Maybe there are other things, that I will talk about I'm sure you have more questions.
It's wonderful to know about your professional journey so far. Sir, अगर आप CA नहीं होते तो किस profession में होते by chance, you know?
Acha, okay. I asked this question from all of you guys.
Singer on the singer.
Sir, that we all know, but that's not an option. उसके अलावा.
No, actually, it is an option. You know, at one point in time, you know, I just pride myself to be called a professional singer. You know, I used to charge money for singing.
Wow.
So I used to sing in Mughal Sheraton in Agra, you know, in their restaurant when I was in college. So at that point in time, I truly thought about, you know, taking, you know, that very seriously as my career. But that dream was only for 1.5 years. And one fine day, I had Channadedar, you know, tamacha on my, you know, of course, you know who can do that, you know, my father. And that was the end of this career, you know. But I still, you know, love to sing, and all of you have heard me at multiple occasions. So for sure, you know, that could have been my career. There could be maybe a few other things, you know. So another thing, you know, probably I at one point in time I was trying to do MBA, you know, from US, but that's a different story, you know. I got admission, but I did not have enough money to for the FAL. So forget about that as. So that was again the end of the career, you know. But it's not. I don't regret anything, you know. अगर कहीं मैं तोता होता तो क्या होता तोता होता
क्या बात
So it's not, you know, what you could have been. I think what is very important is what you are, and within what you are you giving your 100% to this or not? Are you in this with your heart and soul or not? I think that's what is important, and that's actually, you know, what takes you places. You know, Ashish was talking about, you know, in fact, a couple of days ago, I was invited as a keynote speaker at, you know, by Reliance Jio in their Mumbai office for their annual finance day after completion of 10 years of finance, you know, function, and that's, you know, what I talked about. So what he said. What is impossible? Nothing is impossible. So impossible is I am possible. And you know, I just said my one line, you know, which I had written a long time ago. तुमने जितनी दूर तक देखा, वही तुम्हारी सीमा रेखा. So that is exactly, you know, whatever you can see, you can absolutely achieve. And second thing, you know, what he said was, unless you disrupt yourself, and you keep disrupting yourself over and over again and again. If you don't disrupt yourself, somebody else will come and disrupt you. And today, you know, in our businesses, we see that, you know, 18 साल के बच्चे आके पूरा business disrupt कर देते हैं. You know, we know Oyo, we know, you know, many other examples, you know, are there these days. Youngsters are coming and disrupting very well established companies. So that's, you know, something that you have to keep reinventing yourself. That I think is truly very, very important.
Sir, एक जो सबसे बड़ा टर्निंग पॉइंट जो आपकी लाइफ में रहा हो वो आप हमसे शेयर करें.
I don't know. I don't really think, you know, there's one turning point or so. You know, so there are you know, many places which shape you as a person and shape you. So maybe I'll talk about, you know, maybe one or two things which this group may not know. You know, couple of, you know, one or two of you people may know about it, but so somebody said there is a Hindu Dharma Ratna Pariksha and a Hindu Dharma Visharad Pariksha. So Hindu Dharma Visharad is like graduation in Sanatan, you know, Dharma. I did that at the, you know, that age when I was in class 8. So that's something, you know, which you know, these are some of these things, you know, shape your character, shape your thought process. And second, I would say is, you know, when I talked about, you know, my US, you know, so I went for GMAT and I got admission, and unfortunately I didn't have, you know, we didn't have money for the affair. so then I was a bit depressed, so to say. And normally at my, when I did my CA at that point in time, you do graduation and then you start, CA. Today you can do it after 12th also. But at that point in time, you had to do graduation and then join immediately. And people do join immediately. But in my case, I did it after 6 months because during that period I was, preparing to go to US for that US dream. Didn't happen, so I got very sort of depressed. And at that point in time, my mother took me to, somebody who was community's, a senior person, a very respected person, and then he said something which I don't know whether it's appropriate to say on this or not, So my mother said, he wants to do CA. So he said, "Gariban de bachche CA nahi karde." You understand what I'm saying? And for the first time, I probably saw tears in my mother's eyes, and I said, "Come what may, this is what I'm going to do." Next day, I think I joined, and God is great. They say, "Babe di full kripa."
Right,
Yeah,
जैसा
And
आपने
since then,
अभी
Babe
just
di full
बोला।
kripa rahi hai.
बिल्कुल जैसा आपने भी just बोला कुछ भी impossible नहीं is everything I am possible and you proved it right. Everyone big hand for Sir once again. So we all know you served at different groups and initiatives at Hero, but which business that you created is very close to your heart, the closest?
So there are actually multiple businesses that we have created, but there are two businesses which are very close to my heart, and one is the steel manufacturing factory where mother was there. So I was there when we were creating this business. So from the very beginning, I do understand when we were putting up this project. So part of the feasibility study to part of putting up this project, and you would sit on the shop floor and design the data capturing formats, the daily shift-wise reports, that we used to do now. Of course, it has become automated and computerized. At that point in time, we used to hourly, production we used to write. So that is something which is very close to my heart, even today. And mother knows that very well. And there's another one, of course, I talked about Bharat Benz, which we started from day one. And absolutely, I'm very, very proud of that, very close to that business. But apart from that, all the other businesses that we have in the group, so these are like our children. So which one is? I have, tried to treat all the businesses and all the people. Of course, this is difficult saying yourself, but I've said that they're like, my younger brothers and sisters and children. I think that's the way I have looked at. Am I saying right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. Okay, so those who are coming forward, maybe the people who are even now in the career of finance, or maybe those who are going to enter, उनको क्या advice देना चाहेंगे to success, to gain success in their career?
So a couple of things, So one is find your passion. Just check whether. So there is a passionometer that you should, see where you are on that your passionometer, to finance or whatever field you are in. Are you really passionate about, what you're doing? If not, then don't do it, right? It's very important. You can excel only if you're passionate about, what you're doing. You can be good at many things, but you cannot be excellent, right? Excellence only comes with, because you'll have to, there'll be a whole lot of things, in any topic and any subject that would be very drudgery, so to say. You'll have to do day in, day out, day in, day out. And you can do it day in, day out if you are passionate about it and still keep looking at it, as something, something new in that. That's one. Two, learning is a very, very, big, a very important thing. And one of the biggest issue I have seen in younger generation, I have seen both sides of it, is that you become a professional, and then you stop learning. that learning should not stop. You should always be in the learning mode. I think many of you know that I run a book club myself, and I ask anybody to join, and whatever book they want, I make that available. I think 80% of the time I can make that book available. So everybody should be reading at least one book a month. So that's the second one book at least of your interest, and one book would be something else also. But just keep learning, And third, I think, is keep reinventing yourself. As I said, try and see what is new, what can you do. Within finance also there are hundreds of areas where you can go. You can go in data science, you can be an accountant, you can be a M&A specialist, you can go to audit. So just find out which is the area that you, and if you can just keep reinventing yourself, that's where you understand that you are truly excelling. There can be many other things that I always talk about, but only one more thing I would just talk about, and this is also something I have said so many times, and I say that's my leadership principles, and that I call is pride. And pride is, you have passion, it's an acronym, So you have passion, you have respect for everybody. And the way I would measure is, how do you treat the person who is giving you tea or who's cleaning your toilet? If you can respect that person, probably that is the measure of your respect. Otherwise the formula is very simple, You treat the people the way you want, आत्मवत् सर्वभूतेन पश्यति से पंडिता, right? तो वैसे आप अपने लिए चाहते हैं, उसी तरह से दूसरे के साथ व्यवहार करें. Integrity is something which is absolutely given. And integrity का मतलब हिंदी में हम बेईमानी बोल देते हैं या ईमानदारी बोल देते हैं, और उसको बड़ा लिमिट कर देते हैं to the financial terms. In my view, I say always the integrity is to myself, because when anybody doesn't know what is in my mind, what is going on in my mind, right? I know for sure what is going on in my mind.
Correct.
So integrity is to yourself. If you have integrity to yourself, you will have integrity to everybody else. Fourth is discipline. And I've seen, if you don't have discipline, best of the talents go to waste. It's absolutely important for you to be disciplined. To give an example, when I was translating the book, and at that point in time, they said book translation karna, it's not an easy, because you are not using your word. It's not only your vocabulary, but you want to get into the shoes of the author and understand with what intent he has and what is the then appropriate word for that. And then you have to complete that work within a limited time, right? So every day at night I would sit from 10 to 12, and I think within very short span of time I completed the book. And the good thing is, after the Hindi, then it has been translated in Marathi and Gujarati and Rail, etc. Right? And fourth, and the final, is enterprise. And enterprise is your commitment, your perseverance. You think, and when you think big. I think this is something I was talking about in the morning also. When you think, you cannot think small. You think big, and you believe that. I was, again, I will say this is something that you manifest yourself. You say to yourself every single day in the morning, before you sleep in the night and after you get up in the morning, I'm excellent, I'm best, I love people, I'm excellent at my work, I will do my best, people love me. If you keep repeating this day in and day out, every day, this will happen. You will become excellent in your work, because that is a reminder, that is the manifest that goes into your psyche. And when it goes to your psyche, it goes into it tracks in your work. I think that is what I would say, and once you do that, then of course you have to feel pride. So that's how I I talk about this pride. So that's the way I really look at it.
Commendable. Round of applause, everyone. I'm sure we all have grabbed so many points of learning. Thank you so much. And now coming at सर आजकल के लोग ना बहुत ज़्यादा कंप्लेंट करते हैं वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस मेंटेन नहीं हो पा रही है, तो उनको कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप, those who are not gaining the actual work life balance?
Yeah, I think this is what I came into my mind, and but maybe in this I just lost it. So work-life balance is very important. And what is work-life balance? Whatever you do, if you feel fun in that, if you find fun in that, वो अपने आप balance हो जाता है.
Yes. Absolutely.
So that fun quotient from your mind, from your life, should not be low. You have all seen me when I dance with you guys. I dance equally good, right? When I sing, I sing with my heart,
Yes.
heart and soul, right? And this is something, it's not the question of dancing and singing. You let yourself down. You bring out, your emotions. बरसात में कभी बाहर निकल के बारिश में नहाओ.
क्या बात है.
वो ये काम किए हो हमको कितने साल हो गए होंगे. मतलब जस्ट आस्क योरसेल्फ कि बारिश में बचपन में हम सब लोग नहाए हैं, राइट?
Yes.
जब बारिश आती है तो बाहर निकल के भागते हैं. कितने लोग हम लोग नहाए हैं बारिश में, कितने साल हो गए हमको. बारिश आते ही वो छाते खुल जाते हैं या हम दौड़ के कमरे के अंदर चले जाते हैं. Try and feel, those little drops on your face. That's balance of life in my view, right? Work is a very important part of your life, but it's only a part of your life. Unless you balance the other part of it, you will get stressed. You will not be able to excel in the work also. So that's, I think, everybody should do.
Rightly answered, sir. Wonderful. So also one advice for everyone, to follow how to handle failures, because we all come across failures in our lives, maybe in career opportunities.
What is failure? Failure क्या होता है? Failure कुछ नहीं होता. Failing is like falling. What do you do when you fall?
दोबारा चढ़.
हम खड़े होते हैं, कपड़े झाड़े, आगे चल दिए. Failure has to be taken exactly like that. Somebody who has not failed in life cannot succeed. उसको सफलता के स्वाद का आनंद ही नहीं आएगा जो फेल नहीं हुआ.
Yes.
I think that failing is very important part of your personality. You become, हम अपने बच्चों को शुरू में सिखाते हैं ना कि चढ़ जा दीवार के ऊपर, 2 बार गिरेगा, कोई बात नहीं, then only तभी आप मजबूत बनोगे. So failure has to be taken like that. Always learn from the mistakes. If possible, learn from others' mistakes so that you don't have to, make those mistakes, and don't repeat the mistakes. I think that is the only thing as far as failure is concerned. Otherwise, if you have not failed in life, you cannot succeed in life. And you would have failed multiple times, and there's no shame in, failing. I would have failed hundreds of times, हर दिन कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ फेलियर होता है, बट वो फेलियर क्या है? उससे कुछ सीखा, कपड़े झाड़े और आगे चल दिए. सीखना जरूर है. This is one lesson that you should know. So failure is nothing but a lesson that life has given you. That I think is very, very important way to look at it.
Rightly said, sir. Round of applause once again for sir. So one fun question: if you're given a chance to choose in your next life, which celebrity would like to be reborn as?
Which
Celebrity.
Celebrity. अब celebrity उसने अमिताभ बच्चन दिखा दिया ना मेरे को यार. तो उससे नीचे क्या सोचना? ठीक बात है ना?
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Very nice. Once again, that was such a fun conversation with you. बहुत बहुत मजा आया आपसे बात करके.